Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, Holas Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Icons Transformers Bumblebee. It is set number 10388, comes with 950 pieces, and retails for $90. So right there at that 10 cents per piece price point. Actually, yeah, just a little bit better. Actually, I think it might be closer to a 9.5. But seriously, this one I've been looking forward to building for quite a while. Of course, I picked this up all the way back in February. I don't know how I ended up putting in my review on this guy out for so long. But after having already gotten Optimus Prime, I just had to get the other Bumblebee. Also, have you guys heard that apparently we are going to be getting Soundwave in the very near future? So our very first Decepticon. Looking forward to that one as well. Anyway, taking a look at the box art on this guy, you can see Bumblebee in all his robot glory with that classic G1 look with the Volkswagen Beetle. Oh, and of course, you see down in the bottom right corner, you can see that, of course, much like Optimus, and I'm sure Soundwave in the future, this model does convert from robot to the 63 bug. In fact, take a look at the top of the box. You can see a look of what that bug looks like, along with a one-to-one image of a little Autobot logo on how I imagine is a 2x2 tile. Taking a look at the side, you can see another view of Bumblebee, and taking a look at the back, you can see the model transforming from robot to vehicle mode, along with the dimensions of this set, with it being 16 centimeters or 6 inches wide and 24 centimeters or 9 inches high. So, of course, it's going to be a bit smaller than the Optimus. Of course, it's got quite a few pieces less than Optimus. But it probably won't be the same scale. But then again, having watched G1 Transformers not too long ago, I'll be first to admit, scale between the bots can differ from between episodes, or even in episodes. So, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be scaled pretty well compared to Optimus. We'll go ahead and get this box open. This box does have the push tabs, so you do have to damage the box to open it, at least in the way LEGO intends for you to open it. Alright, let's see what all we've got in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bags of parts, 1 small sticker sheet with a total of 5 stickers, and 1 instruction manual with a nice white background and a off-center image of Bumblebee. Don't really know why they did that. Of course, opening the instruction manual, we of course have an ad for paper bags inside without them, as well as an ad for the LEGO Builder app. And we do have a little intro in both English, Spanish, and French, which says, "A brave little bee." When summoned into action, Bumblebee, affectionately known as Bee, he is a loyal, courageous, fierce, and agile Autobot, known for his impressive combat skills and unwavering dedication to protecting humanity. Since the popular Transformers toy robots were first introduced in 1984, the humbly-sized yellow and black character has captured the hearts of audiences of all ages in countless adventures, from comic books and video games to animations and a successful movie franchise. Despite his size, Bumblebee embodies an unwavering spirit of heroism and ultimate selflessness. It was only natural that he would follow LEGO Optimus Prime in our LEGO Transformers series. Again, loved the fact that it did that. So, go ahead, we have another little stat sheet for him, much like we can get on one of the stickers. It says, "A human's best friend. Bumblebee has a strong connection to Earth and humanity. In fact, some of his best friends are humans." Actually, I think all his best friends are humans. Well, except for a few of the Autobots. He fiercely protects the humans he loves and his fellow Autobots. In spite of his small stature, this little bot is among the bravest of the Autobots, with a sting that can bring down even the most formidable enemy. I mean, they're not wrong. Like, in Transformers Prime, you're talking about the guy who killed Megatron. Optimus Prime could not have asked for a more dedicated friend and ally in the fight against the Decepticons. smart, brave, and often faster than you might think. He's prepared to do whatever it takes to protect humanity. His function is a scout. He has a strength of 2, intelligence of 8, speed of 4, endurance 7, rank 7, courage 10, firepower 1, and skill of 7. So his stats, unlike Optimus, who is basically almost 10s all across the board, his numbers are quite a bit across all over the place. And then we have a little message from Samuel Liptor Johnson, the Lego Icons design manager. Hope I didn't butcher that middle name. Bumblebee is such a lovable character, and we wanted to create a model that not only looks and transforms like him, but also includes tributes to his long history. In addition to his blue blaster and B-wing jetpack, look for cheeky little details throughout the model, such as the small hidden B element somewhere, and printed decorations and stickers that carry special meaning. The plaque matches the one included in the Lego Optimus Prime 10302 set, so if you have both sets, they make a fine display together, and you can see a lot of artwork style images of Bumblebee, including one that has him right next to Optimus, so you get a pretty good idea of what the scale looks like. And and they actually put in just a teeny little message that the Optimus Prime set is not included in this. And then we just jump straight into the build. Oh, and of course, the last thing in the instructions is the transformation process, which I will show in the video. So, I can't wait to get to building this set. I probably won't do a time lapse for this one. This set is pretty heavily, on the piece count, so it'll probably be a bit difficult for me to, do a time lapse on. At least with my phone, where I can only record so much time. But we will go ahead and jump into a review of the set once it's finished, starting right now. All right, the build is done. That took about 4 hours to build. Probably would have gone faster if I hadn't been watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars at the same time. So I'd imagine maybe a 2-hour build. All in all, if you are just focusing on the build, we're going to start off with the plaque here, which unfortunately is a sticker, but it has the same information on it, and as I mentioned in the instruction manuals, was with the nice outline of the Bumblebee model. They got the Autobot logo and of course his name, not only in English, but I'm guessing that the little bit of writing here is his name written in Cybertronian, which is really cool. Then you got his function scout, along with the quote, "The least likely can be the most dangerous," along with the same stats you saw in the instruction manual, with strength 2, intelligence 8, speed 4, which honestly feel might be a bit low for Bumblebee, considering he's known to be fast. Then he has endurance of and rank of 7, courage 10, absolutely accurate. Then a firepower of 1 and a skill of 7. Plus, fun little added detail in the back. You've got this 4x4 tile with only 4 studs, and you'll notice one of those studs has a 1x1 circular transparent tile with a bumblebee on it, which isn't the only time you'll actually see that tile show up in this set. So taking a look at the Bumblebee model, one thing I will say is that as unstable as the Optimus model was, unfortunately this one is even more so. It's very wobbly. I've had stuff pop off it pretty easily. Yeah, one thing I will say is nice is that the feet are actually rather stable. I can shake this thing out quite a bit, but he's still standing. I do like the printed face on there. This piece was originally first appeared in the Optimus set for the, I guess you could say, the nose and mouth armor pieces on there, and they also have these the nice use of the Viking axe pieces for those horns to finish off the iconic look on the face. I'm also happy to say that this piece here is printed as well, as are the two Autobot logos here. They show the model having the Autobot logos in two different places, one here on the torso and then one here on what would be the front of the card. They do provide a tiles without the logos if you don't want them on there, but personally I just like to look at having both of them on there. I'm also happy to say that the tiles here on the legs are prints as well. Also, you got some interesting two interesting new parts here. One easily seen right here as the rims for the tires, but the other one you'll be see much more easily during the transformation. Now, plus you have a nice little jetpack here on the back that actually kind of look like Bumblebee ear wings, or even a Bumblebee itself, complete with the little antenna here in gray, which I'll show a bit more of during once I take off for the transformation. He does have a blaster or pistol here, which just clips right there onto the hand. Quite a bit smaller than Optimus's ion blasters. Yeah, but I mean that's to be expected. I mean that thing was like what about this long. I mean poor Bumblebee probably wouldn't be picked up in real life. But but like I said, it just clips clips on there on his hand. Let me get that on there real quick. There we go, and you can just wrap his finger on that to make it look like he is also holding on to it. But one thing I will say is that there is even less movability with Bumblebee than there was in Optimus. You can't really move the legs. The arms have at least a little bit of mobility on them, but you can't move them side to side, especially the one with the blaster. Plus, so the jetpack is only held on there by two studs. So, like I said, I'm off pretty often. I've bumped it off quite a few times already. So, just for a little bit of size comparison, I do have Optimus over here. As you can see, I can't really fit the whole. He's so tall, I can't really fit all of him into the screen. And like I basically cut off like his ears, but you do show like he does have a pretty sizable. Bumblebee is still, despite being considered to be smaller, he does have a pretty good size. Like I said in the intro, the scaling between the Autobots has been a little bit wonky through G1. Like sometimes, like you had Bumblebee so small, like he was down like here on Optimus. So, like I said, scale's a bit wonky. Also, one thing of note with Bumblebee is that the transformation from robot to vehicle is quite a bit more, shall we say, involved than it was with the Optimus. Actually, when you finish building the Bumblebee model, you actually finished the build with him in the 63 bug. Well, that's for Optimus. You've actually finished building him in robot mode. So for example, I'll go ahead do a quick transformation of Optimus from truck to from vehicle to from robot to vehicle. Oh, so give me just a minute here. There we go. I can't remember how. I got the instructions here. I had to use them. something popped off. Oh. No, that wasn't the only thing. Oh, there we go. Oh. Alright, so that's pretty close to the full transformation for Optimus. As for Bumblebee, forgive me if this takes a bit longer, because I've only transformed him from vehicle to robot, not robot to vehicle. So, move the blaster. Okay, good. And the wings. Uh, oh, whoop. Okay. Yeah, I think I. Okay, I'm confused. Oh, okay. That's. Here we go. Oh. And. Oops. Those aren't supposed to stay there. Here we go. Like I said, I've only done Bumblebee from vehicle to robot, not robot to vehicle. So I'm having to read the so I'm having to do the instructions for his transformation backwards. Okay, oh, take care of that in just a bit. Okay, so okay, so put that there. And we got the feet. There. And legs down. Bring that down. Just go. Oh. Goes down here. And here is where we can find the other really new piece for Bumblebee with these joints here. Since the change for Bumblebee from vehicle to robot mode is so much more drastic than the Autobot mode, where in fact you actually have to change it. Technically the vehicle's length into the Bumblebee's height, which is quite a bit different. They added in they made this new joint piece to be able to make that such a radical shift in his size. There we go. Switch. Ooh, these up. Oh boy. Like I said, the transformation for B is quite a bit more involved than it was for Optimus, since you have such a radical change in size. There we go. Okay, I think we're getting close. Again, I think. Oop. Oh, come on. Go. There we go. Almost got it. There we go. And now, need to replace the jetpack. Let me make sure I'm putting. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, and now you see that the jetpack actually becomes his windshield, and that's actually just kind of sitting on there in the on top of this is a plate here. Oh, actually, I need to swing these over to the side here because otherwise they're not going to fit. There we go, and the antennas for the for that little B-shaped jetpack become his rear view mirrors. And you'll notice that you see in the windshield there's that 1x1 circular tile with the Bumblebee on it again. So as I guess you probably saw, I was struggling quite a bit with that transformation, especially that that brand new piece they added in to complete the transformation. And because I mean, I'll be the first. Like I said, this transformation is much more involved than it is with Optimus over here. So it's quite a bit more difficult for the transformation. Also, you notice that the back of the or the jetpack was attached to is actually a is in uh, the on the back, and it's actually in basically supposed to be where the extra tire would be. Also, you can see a couple of fun little details with some with some uh, bumper stickers, like you've got an I Heart Cybertron and one that says Roll Out, and you got a couple. Actually, got a couple of interchangeable license plates. One that says Bumble 84, or for with the date being September 17th, 1984, which I'm sure is supposed to be a reference to the G1 Transformers show, and I won't be surprised if September 17th when the show premiered. But you've also got another one, with the license plate of Goldbug, which is a name he took, which is a new name he took up near the end of the series. So, I will say I'm not really sure the transformation from from robot to vehicle is as seamless as it was with the Optimus transformation. And plus, I don't think the vehicle looks as good as it did. To be fair to Lego, when they did the Optimus was a build, they were basically doing a recreation of that original Optimus toy, if we with the full transformation, and it's basically a one-to-one recreation. But with the original Bumblebee toy, when you got it in vehicle mode, I remember them showing this off when they first revealed the Bumblebees, with the video where they first revealed the Bumblebee set. When they showed the original Bumblebee toy, when it was in vehicle mode, it was basically this. It was basically the size of a Hot Wheel. So I think Lego gave themselves a little more a little more freedom when it came to creating the Bumblebee new build. But all in all, for $90, he's not so bad. And admittedly, they could work on some stability, or maybe some posability. But all in all, for $90, he's not so bad. And take a look that we've got them both in vehicle mode. He's actually a pretty good. He's actually a pretty good size to Optimus. Actually, yeah, the Optimus, if anything, looks a bit small compared to Bumblebee, because I mean, the Bumblebee is a 63 bug, and Optimus is is a Peterbilt truck. So, if anything, Optimus should be bigger than to Bumblebee when it comes to vehicle mode. But all in all, I think $90 is a fair deal. Well, for for Bumblebee. But personally, if you want my opinion, I think with Bumblebee, you should decide which version of Bumblebee you want him as, whether you want him in vehicle or robot. And if at all possible, just keep him there, because that, I'll be the first to admit, that transformation is a bit rough. Like I said, it's much more involved with Optimus, and that makes it a bit more difficult. But all in all, I think this is a pretty solid set. If you're a fan of Transformers G1, I'm sure you're going to want to pick this up, especially since it seems as though Lego is going to keep up all these Transformer builds since we've been confirmed we're going to be getting Soundwave in just a couple of months. So that actually sounds really cool, and since we're finally getting into this Decepticon. Although, to be honest, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be getting Megatron or Starscream anytime soon. If only because their alt modes are, well, for Starscream, it's an F-15 Eagle. Oh, so, I mean, Lego doesn't want to do anything with, involving real military. And with G1 Megatron, he's literally a gun, so forget about that. Plus, in most other versions where he's got an actual vehicle, he's a tank, which again, Lego seems to be wanting to do their best to stay away from. So, unfortunately, as much as I'm sure we all want Megatron and Starscream, myself included, I don't see us getting them anytime soon. So that's probably why they went with Soundwave, since he doesn't change into a weapon or a military vehicle. He changes into a boombox. But all in all, with that out of the way, I think again, the Bumblebee build feels a bit unstable. The transformation process, I wish could have been made a little less a little less of a headache, a little less painful. But all in all, for $90, I think you get a pretty good set. So that'll be the end of this review. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content, including all my LEGO Icons set reviews on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.